get this in the holder. Okay, hey guys, I'll turn it around in a sec. Hang on. This could be the worst live stream yet. We'll find out. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me, everyone? bit of mucking around with the setup. Write something if you can hear me. Say yes. Yep. Okay. Cool. So it's working. We might not be doing this for very long, because I'll turn around this way a little bit and you'll see that it's a pretty serious storm behind me. There was very little to no chance of actually getting a video up this week, and I'd kind of given up altogether with the whole month, by the way. But there looked like there was going to be a little gap, and so I was like, right, let's do it. Look how blue it looks on that side and how terrible it looks on this side. But look, the weather, I'll switch around so you can see it facing forwards. Yeah, you can see that direction. The storm is sort of coming, but it's sort of coming back this way. I might be able to avoid it, or I might end up right in it, you know what I mean? So it's hard to tell. But we're here. I was on the water, and then I looked up, I was like, oh, that's looking a bit worse than I was hoping, but it is what it is now, I guess. So here we are. But yeah, look, sorry about the lack of videos. I know it's just been, well, school holidays happened, but there's been a lot going on, and just, yeah, I'm sorry, but we're going to get back into it. Ooh, I can feel every now and then there's like a bit of a cold breeze. There's a boat out there though. Look, one other person's made it out. So let's get out there. We'll see if we can find some bait. And we're keeping it simple, literally live baits. We're down at Kingy. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for joining up. How many we got? 160, thank you. I was wondering if anyone would join. It's been such a long time between videos. All right, so let's just head straight out to the good spot. We've got a jig head tied on there, so we can pop plastic on. We've got some new little yubby plastics to try, which would be fun. It has been a very big swell and a bit lumpy over the last week, so it's sort of shut down any fishing, and that's partially the problem. The weather has just been all over the place ever since that cyclone. It's just been pretty crappy, and then any gaps that have been there have just been taken up with family stuff and that, so it's been a tricky one. Alright, seems to be working. No, we seem to be, as long as this mount doesn't fall, it seems to be, it's looser than it ever has been. I've got a suction cup mount, and then I've sort of joined the suction cup, a ram suction cup mount onto a, what do you call it? What are the, quad lock. I got a quad lock top, and the ball mount sort of doesn't fit, but I sort of managed to sort of clamp it on to a ram mount bottom. Look at that, there's just definitely still a bit of swell getting around. I'm coming up over one now. It's just really lumpy. Mustache is fire. Yeah, look, I'm not sure how it happened, but apparently I have got a mustache now. It's been a while now as well, because I remember I tried it just as, tried it on just as something stupid. I've never been a facial hair guy, and look, I couldn't really grow a beard if I wanted to, but the mustache seems to grow fine. But then I went to shave it off after a while, and I thought I even looked even stupider. So I was like, now, okay, now guess we're keeping that for a while. And now it's a permanent fixture. I can't even remember. It's amazing how quickly you adjust to having it Because now I can't, oh, water droplets. It's amazing how quickly you adjust, and then now I can't remember what it looked like without it. Yeah, let's zoom that back out. How annoying is water droplets? And now I've got slightly wet hands, so I can't zoom out. 1 second. I did, for once, remember to bring a little cloth, so I should be able to fix this issue. A little wipe down, and here we go. See, I brought a cloth this time. Now I've just got to try and keep that dry. In fact, I could probably, oh no, keep it in there for now, till it happens again. But let's zoom in on this sounder and try and find our bait spot. Good look at this mustache. Nice and close, hey? We like it close. Geez, there is definitely a bit of swell. I'll switch around so you can see this bit, because there's definitely some swell coming up. I'm coming up over some. But look, you know what's crappy? That rain is just hitting me right now. This might be, look, we'll keep it going. We'll see if we can keep it going, but turns out that rain is going to hit me, and God knows what it'll do to the screen, so maybe we'll flip it back this way and see if we can find a little bit of bait. But who knows, I'm not sure what is going to happen when it comes to the rain on the screen now. And I don't think there's any way I can block it. So we'll just have to see what we get. As long as there's no lightning, I'm happy to stay here if the screen, you know, stays on. There's some pretty, no, we'll go further in. Hopefully these squalls just keep passing over and they don't get too serious. I'm basically skirting the lines of the storm. Oh no, see, something's happened to the screen. Okay, we're back. I think that was the control panel from a drop. Hello from New Zealand, hello. How do you go? Shout out to my wife, Eleanor. How you going? Did I get that right? Get across here, try and find some bait. There's one boat out here just ahead of me. He's going to think I'm a weirdo talking to myself. Hello from San Diego. How you going? Everyone checking in. Remember, hit that like button, guys. We'll try and get the live stream going. When you hit the like, the old YouTube feeds it out pretty quickly. So if it gets some traction, it'll go through. Oh, look, something came up then. I don't know what happened then. The water is playing havoc. Oh, now we're going back all through the comments. Oh no. Hey, if anyone gets banned or blocked, I'm sorry. It's just, it's the screen and the drop, it's not me. What was that guy's name? Ages ago, Matt Terry. Oh, that wasn't a screen banning. I remember I made someone a moderator by the droplets once, and he did a great job. I can't remember his name, but there was a Matt Terry, and I didn't ignore him, but I kept missing his comments. And then by the end of the live stream, everyone was sort of cheering him on to get it through. And I don't think he ever did, actually, did he? Poor old Matt Terry. Good luck from Rhode Island. How you going? From Wales. Cheers. Thanks for coming on board, guys. Ooh, that was a big droplet. Sorry, that was my paddle at the time. What's going on here? Is that real zing? It could be Blake. Or someone else maybe. Could be a live stream off here. Okay, we get to a zone where I'd be confident to drop and try and get some bait. Where is it? 62, not so far from where I got that dewy. So we'll get on the mark. Let's find a big schooler bait. That would be handy. Just get it going real quick. Oklahoma, Craig, is that Craig? How you going, Craig? We're going to hit the local reefs today. Yeah, good luck, man. Yeah, the swell's been up, especially from here down south. South has been crazy, hasn't it? Alright. Where's all this bait? So we'll pop the bait corks. Fill that up. So it's coming up from like 20 to like comes all the way up to like 13. Get tangled up. Alright, we could try on that even though it's not really a thing. You never know. You need a kayak, yeah. Let's see if this is actually bait or just a bit of structure-y, weird structure-y lumpy bits. How's it going? Is that Blake, is it? It is Blake, I think. No bait there though. Let's have another drop. I think I might need to replace this bait jig. I think I've only got 3 hooks left on it. But look, it's actually quite nice out here for a second. This is a kayaker in front of me as well. Crazy. Alright. How's things? Yeah, things are alright. Just, yeah. Haven't been smashing out the videos, unfortunately, but we've been just trying to get life under wraps as usual. Yeah, boy fishing. How you going, man? Yeah. Oh, that's yeah, boy fishing. Sorry, not real zing fishing. Sorry, mate. Yeah, but yeah. I saw Blake's. I think he put a live up on Instagram, and I tuned in just quickly, and it is mental. I don't know what they were doing out here. It's bloody rough. I'll go and say hi to him soon. He'll just once we double pass, we'll pass over each other in a sec. But I definitely need to get on these bait skills because I'm really not in. I'm just mucking around here. Let's get a bit further back. Here we go. Do I have the trail cam still? What's that? Checking in from Vancouver. How you going? Oh yeah, see the likes and that, it does make a difference. We've got 400 almost 400 watching now, which is pretty cool. I know I say it every time, but who would have thought I'd ever have like go fishing and have 400 people just sort of watching me fail. Hey, where's the black kayak? Yeah, I've had the white kayak for like 2 years now. Black kayak, look, there might be an opportunity to get another kayak and update this one, and I think I would go back to the black one. The white one has done a good job, but to be honest, I think I definitely preferred the feeling of my black one, so I'd get that, get like a black carbon fiber one again. This one is still carbon fiber, but it's got a white like a coat like of paint, and it does have a strip. I don't know if I can turn you around again, you'll see the strip down that center. That's all carbon fiber, so you can see the fibers and the pattern of the matting through it there, but that's not as cool as the black one, is it? Let's face it. Okay, that looks like a good day. Let's try and drop on that. Take care of it. Hey, how you got? Yeah, hopefully a big one. Is live stream, so there's always a disclaimer on the live stream, remember, because I never seem to have that much luck on the old live stream. It's a pity I didn't get a bait then though. There's definitely marks here. Maybe we should get one of those big plastics down as well in a second. Come on. Spinfishes. Slammers. This is a slammer, if that's what the question is. It's a slammer 4. That one's a slammer as well. That one's an authority on that side. I have used Spinfishes in the past, and they've done a right job. Like, because Spinfishes is pretty much what I first started using. A little bit cheaper, and they wasn't a slammer at that stage. Well, there was a slammer, but it wasn't sealed. So, but all of a sudden they brought out a slammer, and that was just like a match made in heaven. Because it was just so much more sealed. And like the Spinfishes, I'd get them to last like a season or 2, but they would still eventually sort of give up, because kayak's very hard on spin reels. But then I got slammers, and honestly, I've still got one now. 7 years or 8 years old now, and still going. There's a shark behind me. That old chestnut, eh? There's nothing I can do if there is one behind me anyway, so you just got to calmly paddle away, or not even paddle just yet. Just hope he doesn't bother me. Good to see you on the water, mate. Cheers, man. Thanks, Lionel. Yeah, no, it's been a long time between trips, hasn't it? Surely we can get a little bit of love on this one. Come on. How's it going? Was it you live streaming yesterday? Oh, really? The guys next to us are on now. Let's see if they pull one up. I think they're on the right on the mark where I got that jewfish last time. Let's see if we go. Oh, did he bust off? Oh, he would have got busted off. I really need to get a bait, don't I? There's bait on the sounder. Why can't I get one? Can't even get a pom for it. Oh, thanks, Zom. Awesome. Much love for Vermont. Here we go. We're on some bait. Come on. What'd you get?
Here, bro.
Yeah, jewfish or snapper? Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll turn around. I'll get you on the camera. Oh, do you mind being on the camera? Here we go. Hold it up. Oh, he's a bit far away. Yeah, nice. Here we go. Well, she's got one. Surely we can get one. Surely we can join the party. Yeah, we've got something on here. It's going to be a bloody pomfret though, because there's 0 fight on it. Oh, it's a yakka. Yeah. Let's get him in. Oh, here he goes. So we got one. So we'll pop him in. We won't weight him down, even though they're getting him probably down at the bottom. I need to wipe that screen out. We're getting a bit misty. Here we go. But we've got a bait, so that's something. Get him on in a sec. How's that? Here we go. Much better. Unless it starts pouring with rain, I could probably keep that up there. Let's move back up, see if we can get on another bait. don't have many marks on this sounder yet. Switched over to a different sounder. The other one was playing up a bit and brought him back into the hummingbird fold. So, but I don't have all the marks I used to have on there. So, so we're relying more on the sonar at this stage. Definitely got your fish mark. Where am I going here? Might get that bait out in a sec. Just really want to get one on just in case we lose it too quickly. Buckets of chum. Yeah, no chumming in the kayak. Right, too much wind noise. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that on the phone, mate, unfortunately. So it's just, you're at the whim of the iPhone mics. Because I'm streaming off the phone, it's not like a proper camera where I can add mics or anything like that. Yeah, let's move over here a bit. But yeah, the wind is sort of starting to pick up, unfortunately, so we'll see how we go. Ooh, there's a bit of a swell. Yeah, that wind seems to have swung to the south a bit more now. It was sort of blowing a bit more from the east all night. Calmed down, but it has switched. So hopefully now that I'm facing this way, the wind noise might be down a bit. You can stay facing this way to be good. We'll get up here, have one quick drop, and then we'll get that bait out. Yeah, that wind has swung and is picking up. So that's not ideal. Because that'll probably push that squall closer to me as well. Where is that bait squall? We're on it a second ago. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Oh, Tommy, how you going, mate? Oh, he fucking closes again. Thanks, mate. Good to see you, Tommy. Always mate from Coffs Harbour. Thanks for always hanging around, mate. How's the chop? Yeah, it's getting a bit choppy. It's actually calmer than it has been over the last couple of days, so it's not too bad in a lot of ways, but yeah, I'd be lying if I said it was perfect. Like, looks miserable. It doesn't look so bad on this angle. If I turn around, it's looking a lot worse. If I flip you around again, you can see there's a squall coming up. It's probably going to get a lot worse, but it is what it is. Well, we've got some space. Maybe we'll get that bait out, huh? Paddle into the wind for a sec. And we'll switch me around. Oh, that was a good catch. Thought he'd be trickier to catch there for a sec. So, pretty standard stuff these days. Everyone usually knows just single strand wire to a single stinger is what I'm running. It's very simple rigging, but it just works to the size of the swell. That swell will probably be twice as high as my kayak now that I'm about to go over. Can't really see it when I'm sitting here like that, but probably pretty big. Okay, so straight on him out. Hopefully that turns into a big fish. But we'll see. Yeah, the weather's starting to look a little touch and go. Yeah, let's see. Hopefully something really exciting. Slow to get pushed back. Should have run that line out a little bit first. Oh, we had to go back. Unfortunately, there was a super chat back there. So, oh, now I'm blocking people. I'll try and get back if I can. I'm sorry. No funny thing on it. Tangled in anyone else's stuff. Ooh, let's loosen that. Alright. And there's an interesting sort of line underneath me now. Oh, no. Damn. So the bait jig just wrapped around the other rod. I thought I would clear that. I did, but very poor. That's the last thing I want to be doing. Well, at least we've got a bait out now. We do this. Back so it angles up towards that rod so you can see if the tip starts to should be good. Spanish is still around and tuna definitely seems to be target. Jeez, yeah, now that that wind's picked up, it's definitely pushing us right out of here. Where's the Starlink? Could definitely do Starlink on the boat, I guess. Weather is not getting better. Yeah, sorry, I can't do anything about the wind noise, unfortunately. I'll try and turn around so it's better. If you've noticed an angle, was it better when I was detangling then? Because if it's better that way, I can kind of try and turn the kayak away from the wind. It's a bit of a bummer. This angle's good, you reckon? Okay, maybe, okay, well I'll try and face into the wind a bit, because this seems to be doing a little bit better. I can stay facing this way. Is this better? Okay. I'll still try and catch one more bait. How deep is it? It is 27 meters at the moment, but it'll come up. It'll come up pretty quickly if I get on the right spot. The boat and the kayak just over there are in the better spot, really. Oop. See now, it's got to keep swapping over fast, just so I don't lose this angle and go over my own bait. The plan was, if that wind stayed down, was to actually start dropping some plastics, but now that the wind's picked up this much, I'm kind of just hoping to rely on this live bait, and we'll just keep trying to catch a livey for a sec, because that wind has actually picked up quite a lot. It's a bummer. We knew it was a chance. We took the chance just to come out here, so At least there's no lightning, eh? So I'm gonna have to turn into the bad angle for a sec, I think. Just get back here because I'm pushed off my zone. It's raining behind. Yeah, man, it's raining. Basically on this whole side here is quite a bit of rain sort of coming in, but it's sort of coming across into the coast. So I'm kind of skirting the edge of it, and we've managed to avoid the worst of it mostly. But yeah, it could get pushed away across this way any second though, because that southerly's bringing it in. Come on, this is the spot where good things happen, almost right here. So I'm just going to let the wind take me, guys, so sorry if it gets a bit windy. Oh wow, we've got 544 people watching. That's cool. Yeah, we do have better luck in overcast conditions. Not so good for live stream, dealing with this stuff. Went to make a bowl of ramen. Yeah, nice. Oh, really? Yeah, it's pretty. Look, it's still fine. Like if I flip it around, look at this way. That doesn't look so bad that way. It's definitely a bit lumpier, but. Wind, it gets a bit tricky to drop the plastics down in one position, especially if I've got a light bait at the back, because then I tend to. Is it not too bad? The wind might be a bit worse. The current has been open. Today, it's just the wind. Get a waterproof micro. Yeah, but then, well, I guess there are some, like I had like one or two. Oh, look, there's a rainbow behind me. Lovely. I had like a one or two. Oh, you can just see it in there. I kind of did look into a waterproof mic option, but then I'm plugging it into the USB-C. I probably could now. I never used to because I had no way of charging, but now that I've got the quad lock charger on, I guess I could plug something into the port there. Just gets more and more complicated though. The setup just gets more and more complicated and more like harder and harder to deal with on the water. Like it's hard enough to concentrate on this, let alone dealing with the microphone or anything else plugged in. So, to be honest, I probably won't. Maybe I just need to fish on better days as well, you know. Something to think about though, isn't it? Morocco, how's it going? Thought I felt some jeering there. Where's all this bait? Why can't I get a bait? Hey from Texas. Push it back. Arizona. Alright, everywhere. SoCal. definitely an opportunity coming up to get it back to the US actually. Most probably mid to late May. And definitely Florida area. Definitely probably will head up on the California side and San Diego as well, maybe even all the way up. And then but also I don't know, mind going via Texas maybe. It depends on how much driving I want to do, but that's definitely happening now, I think. So yeah, we're all but locked in for that, so that should be fun. And I'm going to try and get back to like the way I used to do things and just vlog it like almost daily, you know what I mean? Or not, like I won't be able to upload daily, but try and just follow the whole trip all the way through. San Francisco Bay, yeah. No, I'll definitely probably go up there. Might get a chance to visit Taku as well, Outdoor Chef Live. This is just spin around here. Getting a bit close to these guys. How long is the way outside? I missed that again, mate. Sorry. I don't want to touch the screen though. Hey Andy, how you going? Sorry I didn't reply to that second message as well, mate. I meant to, but then I was away with the family and I just got ahead of myself. But I'll try and get back to you on that Facebook message, mate. I had intentions to do it. How long is out to sea? Are you saying how far out it is? About 3.5, 2 km out? He's just a fairly close reef. Okay, there's one. Okay, hang on. There's definitely good marks on the sounder here. You can see why they're dropping down. Big marks right under. Big marks just sitting under a big bait score. Sorry guys, only getting pushed back over here. Yeah, I'm gonna get over at this. I'm gonna get stuck on it. Ah. Alright. Need to move back over here. Killer rainbow coming in today. Look at that. I'll flip you around. Oh, hey, Alex, thank you. Oh, that's someone you become a member. Hey, nice. If I flip you around, look at that rainbow. Ah, wonderful. All right, enough of that. Here's my bait. Dropping down. It's amazing how little bait I'm coming across. Glad I got that one yakka. Geez, I hope he's still on there. Mate, I might move up a bit to another spot though. Just the other edge of the reef. Troll this bait around. Let's check if he's still there though first. Oh, there's definitely a bit of weight on there still, so let's move up here. See if we can find a bigger school of bait. And hopefully a better school of fish. Or a big school of Spanish just cruising around. Greetings from Mexico. Hello. Which country am I from? Well, I'm Australian born. I'm in Australia fishing now at Kingscliff. That's just on the New South Wales and Queensland border in Australia. But I guess my heritage would be my mother's Chinese, but she's still Australian born, and so is my father. My father is Italian and English. So his mum was English, his dad was Italian. So I am all over the place. Don't forget to wash down the plug. Don't get washed down the plug. Oh, I get it. Sorry, can't read. See, that'd be a mark I'd drop on if I was snapper fishing, but I just don't know if I'll bother until I get another bait. All over the place, just like the swells now. Yeah, Kingscliff can get a bit lumpy, just get pushed here and there. Oh, look at that rainbow now, mate. Let's crank it. Oh, let's have another look at it. That's how boring it is. Oh. Here we go. Hello from Scotland. Hello. Let's see. Get out of these guys' way. Maybe we'll head over to another part of the reef, see. Maybe we can find some mackerel or something else getting around, because that definitely looks like there's stuff down deep on that mark. But I wouldn't say I saw much zipping around in regards to pelagic sort of hitting the top and pushing things up and everything like that. I would say it's, unless I'm going to drop those baits down on sinkers, I'm going to have probably more luck somewhere else, maybe. We'll see, that's a good snapper mark. Maybe we should rig one up in a sec. When you're coming out to California again? So the road trip is the planned road trip. Literally, it's pretty much all organised. Itineraries are set. Hopefully, people will also come fishing with me. We've sent a lot of messages out, and it's it's locked in quite nicely. But so from probably around the 19th of May, I'll fly out, and all the way for a month. So I'm going to have a whole month of fishing over there, and hopefully we get onto some fish. And if we don't get onto a lot of fish, we'll just at least have a good adventure and travel around. So it should be pretty cool. Have I fished the eastern side of Fraser? I have not. Actually, I've only fished the western side, funnily enough. Surely that's bait. Come on. There's a big school of bait. Mark it. Kind of a... might be pillies or something, I don't know. It's definitely it's an interesting mark. Almost looks like a sounder. Maybe even. Well, no, it's got to be bait, surely. Catch a fish. I know. I'd love to catch a fish. Get the monkey off my back. How can I not get bait? Drop it down again. There we go. So jealous. Yeah, no. Is the family joining me? No, the family is not joining me. As fun as it is to do stuff with the family, and they're lovely and all of that, and we obviously, I love my family, of course, but you can't, it's really hard to get stuff done. Almost swore there, sorry. It's hard to get stuff done, and and to film, and even with other people, I even find when I'm fishing with other people that do what I'm doing, it's really hard to, there's nothing more boring than watching a guy, for instance, film himself opening and closing a car door, you know what I mean, and following that vloggy stuff. Oh, we got a little aquarium baiting there, but I missed it. Yeah, to do the kind of vloggy style filming, it's really hard to go with people, and if I'm with the kids or something like that, it's almost impossible, you know, like, so even with other people when I go fishing, like say when I used to go to fishing with Timmy a bit or something like that, it even gets hard then, because I tend to start talking to them and not to the camera, and then you miss all those in-between bits which tell the story, so it can get really tricky. So much better. This is purely a content trip. The guys from Penn in Australia and the US are helping me out with this trip as well, so I'll get a chance to meet those guys, which is cool, because obviously I've loved the gear for a long time, so they're recognizing that, and it's going to be a cool thing for them to help me get over. So look, this is purely a fishing trip and to make good content, basically, which is what it needs to be, because it gets too hard. It really does. Imagine bringing your kids to work every day. You'd get nothing done. It's really hard. Like, and you think it's all fun and games because it's just, you know, it's just fishing and that, but it's actually the filming. I don't know if anyone watched that. Briggsy had it, if you want to be a fishing YouTuber, and Briggsy breaks it down perfectly, because the reality is it's got very little to do with being a good fisherman. Like, I'm not, like, there's guys out there that are way better fishermen than me, but what it does have a lot to do with, oh, we got some bait of some sort finally. It's got a lot more to do with, I guess, my design or editing background. Well, not that I was an editor, but I learned from, I had a graphic design background. So I had the editing gear and I had the programs which sort of put me in a position where I knew what I was doing in regards to just being a good designer or filmer and things like that. All right, here we go. We lost one, but we've still got three. Come on, you get in. Let's try not to lose you. So we've finally got some bait. So yeah, I guess long story short is, no, it's going to be a great trip. It's the longest I've ever been away from my family for sure, so I'll miss those guys, but it's about getting some good content, getting out there and giving something else a crack. It'd be lovely to get over there and catch some different fish, meet some new people, and and just concentrate on getting some good fishing done and some good content up and good, and all of that. So very lucky to be in a position to be able to do that as well. Like, so yeah, no, it's going to be awesome. Here we go. We finally found some bait. I can't believe it's taken me this long to find a couple of decent patches. But now we'll load up on another string of those, hopefully, and then we'll switch over to the snapper. That wind has chilled out a bit, which is nice. We got two, but one of them's tiny. But look, we're getting some, which is good. Yuccas. So good baits. Could be bigger if I was aiming for Spanish. Ones this size are probably going to be more. Oh, is that a pilly? Oh, and he fell off. Well, that was a pilly anyway. I would have let him go, but this is good. The one we've got on now is actually a decent size. But the other ones there, they're great for, say, longtail, which might be good actually, because if the Spanish aren't around, it'd be good to switch to something a little smaller, see if we can get a tuna in. Alright, there we go. We've loaded up this time. Oh, we got whatever we got. I think we just got a lot of small ones, but there we go. Oh, we lost one. We've still got two, and one of them is a little bit better size. Alright, let's concentrate now on maybe some snapper, I guess, while we wait for the live to go off. So a bit small, that one, but we'll keep everything at the moment. So pack this guy up. If this weather keeps chilling out like it is, we are going to be cheering. So we've got a bit of weight, 1 ounce jig head, a bit rusty there apparently, but the tip is sharp. I tested it this morning, so it will do the job, even though I probably should have put a new one on, but it was rigged up. What I do have here is a couple of these new yabby shaped things, which I like the look of. So surely a snapper will hit that. Look at that bad boy. So I saw them and I was like, oh, I'm going to give them a go just for a bit of fun. Whoa! If I don't get knocked off. The swell never shows up very much on there. But there is a bit getting around. It's calmed off heaps now though. This is great. Geez, I hope it stays like this for the rest of the time. Okay, I guess I rig from the back. Oh, what's that? Sorry, I always try and catch these, but it's hard. Haystacks, how you going? Oh, thank you. Pounds? Whoa. Yo from the Isle of Skye. We all catch mackerel and pollock. Love tuning in to see what you catch. Hopefully we catch something decent, huh? Flamingo flash cut. Yeah, I know. Like, hopefully it does all right, eh? Like, surely someone's going to hear that. But I probably should have measured that up. Too busy talking. Oh, yeah. I guess we want it to come out the top there. Sorry, I've never rigged these ones up. Feels kind of firmer than normal, which is probably good. They feel kind of strong. Because I've got to admit, I sometimes do go through a few... Okay, that joint should be right there. Alright, so that's how we're rolling. So yeah, he's gonna be pulling back through the water like that. Hopefully he gets smashed. Exploratura, thank you. I can see. Let me just drop my hands a bit. Touch the screen like that. It's a pity that live bait hasn't gone off yet, huh? How do I open that? No, I don't want to report you. Go back. Good to see you out in the water again, mate. Cheers, thank you. Sorry, that was a long way around just to read that one like that, wasn't it? Heading to Coffs Harbour in a week. Any fishing tips for Coffs? Oh, look, I'm far from an expert at Coffs, but look, when I do fish, I'm usually concentrating on snapper. I'm usually there in snapper season, and I go, you know, say just the usual haunts like the Sawtell or Macaulay's. Is it Macaulay's? I think it's called. You know what? We'll check this livey just to make sure we're in a good position. But oh no, he's definitely still on there. And there's so much reef and structure there. You can pretty much go to one of the main reefs if you look on Navionics, and then just follow that. And if you got the new charts on Navionics, it'd be dead easy to find good snapper spots there. Oh, and Arawara is definitely worth. I've launched off on a boat and done some of the reefs off Arawara. The Spanish and everything will still be there in force as well. So yeah, just go for it. Just go and start dropping baits, mate. Shouldn't be too hard to find a snapper or a pearl perch, and the Spanish will definitely still be on. The tuna will be around. I reckon say their fishing might be even better now than ours up here at the moment. Not that I've been doing much fishing, so what do I know? All right, let's try and find some snapper spots. Now that the wind's chilled out a bit, it'll be worth dropping that plastic down. That pink looks good in the water. So I'll do a loop and head back to sort of where I was. Just can't play. I don't want to park right on Blake because he's right on that spot that a lot of the time I'd fish. But there's little marks all around it. Let's find some good marks there. I'll try and turn this up a bit and turn it around. I had it facing the other way before. Am I zoomed in a bit or something? No, maybe not. Oh, there we go. I was like, it seems like I've got a screen here all of a sudden. Alright. 619 people watching. Amazing. So, now that I'm facing into the wind, there's a little bit of wind, but it's definitely chilled out a little bit. Kingscliff does that actually, so hopefully that's the theme of the day, and it comes like just becomes a cracker of a day. Considering there just wasn't even an option to go today, and all this week it was looking really pretty bad, I'm pretty happy just to get out. But we will try our hardest to look something up as well. Okay, there's a nice little rise I'm sitting on here. Bit of bait sitting on top of it. Wouldn't say that's overly snappery looking, but we're facing the right way, so it's easy, and it's an easy drop, so we'll make it. Normally I'm fishing about half an ounce, but I've got an ounce on today as well, so that'll help get down pretty quick. I didn't check my drag properly then, so I'm not sure what I got on. Probably should have. But we'll get down pretty quick. Hopefully this spool will just peel off fast for me and I won't have to do any work at all. I'm sitting at about 25 meters of water. I just got to sort of keep it straight. First drop with the line all tight is never really that great, so we might just burn that one back in. That's a bit better. Just got to make sure I don't go over my other line too hard. Okay. Yeah, lots of bait on this spot. Not a lot of bigger things. But, see, that looks a bit better. We'll drop on that. Flick the bait forward a little bit. And I'll try and just stay. Ideally, I want my bait going straight down. And then I want to be directly over it. But it can be tricky on the kayak. You've got to get used to holding a position. So I'll put little paddles in just to try and hold position to keep myself over the bait while it goes down. A little less problematic today because the current isn't ripping out. Okay, and I would say we're on the bottom there. So come up to 20 meters. So we'll give it a little jiggle. As long as I don't go over my other bait there. Usually if I don't get a hit, a spot like that, I'll just burn it in anyway. Let's get over to my more serious marks. And are you streaming from a cell phone? Yeah, just it's an iPhone 14 or 15. What's the latest one? It's not the latest iPhone, that's for sure. I'm probably due to upgrade next year. I don't know, it's a couple of years old. Must be a 14 maybe? I don't know. But yeah, just using the YouTube app. And then will you marry me? I don't know. Well, no, I won't, but yeah. Yeah, no, the phone is pretty cool. It's amazing. Like I remember, like when I first started doing this whole YouTube thing. Well, the plan was more just to upload to the forums, just to show other kayak fishermen fish and trip reports. And then I remember I had I think it was an Optrix case, or originally I had like a soft case on the phone because I couldn't afford a GoPro. So I bought like a phone case and I was just using the phone. I'd have it strapped to my leg as a sounder because I didn't have a sounder. And then I would use the phone and use Navionics to find my spots. And then eventually I caught I got a GoPro, I think it was a Hero 3 white, maybe? It was not the fancy one, it wasn't the black or the silver, it was the white, like it's the basic model. And we rolled with that for a while. And then I lost it, leaving it on the roof of the car, and I drove off and I forgot it was there. It's funny. And then but the phones, there was a big time where I think it was iPhone 8 or 7, and it was such a big deal because they basically switched from being just so hard to keep dry and that to waterproof. So you could get lighter cases and cases that worked a bit better. There was one case called an Optrix case, and it had it had lenses on the front, so it made the back's camera widescreen, and it was completely sealed waterproof, and the touch screen worked. That Optrix case was unreal, but eventually I think because the phones became waterproof, the company just went bust because they couldn't compete with the fact that a lot of people just weren't interested in the cases. People like me were interested in the cases, but there wasn't many people doing action sports with their phone, and So the camera company, like I think the case company, just disappeared, which is a bummer because if they made them now, I think there'd be more of a market for it now again. Because people are doing a lot more with their phones. The phones are way more capable. And if Optrix made a case now with a front-facing widescreen camera, I would buy that instantly. It would be the perfect action sports live streaming camera. And live stream's definitely becoming more popular. Some people are so into live streaming, it's such a cool thing. And some yeah, I'm definitely Australian and this is and fishing in Australia, yeah. But yeah. What was I talking about? Forgot. Have I ever fished in Perth? I haven't. I've never gone to Western Australia, but I would very much like to. This is not a good mark, but there's a little blip. It's like one little blip on the sounder, which might be worth dropping on. I'd love to go over there though. It's just so damn far. But I'll definitely get over there. Like over the next, like, look, if I can somehow manage to stay relevant and keep doing what I'm doing, I have no doubt that I would get over there at some point, sooner rather than later. Oh, that was just a swell. I thought that was something then. Love. Looks chill now. What the weather? Yeah, it's come down heaps. The wind has chilled out for a bit, which is lovely. It's making it very nice. No big fish hitting this livey though. I should probably check him. You'd think if the big fish was zipping around, because like I'm around, like these ponds are usually pretty lively. Let's check him right now. In fact. Catch up with Giddo. Yeah, well, mate, if he'll have me, I'd love to go fishing with him. Okay, but yeah, no, it would like you see the footage and you see the places that guys get to go and the fishing and the camping. It's amazing. Like whether you're down from Perth or down in Perth or all the way back up to like Exmouth and everything, it'd just be amazing, wouldn't it? This bait looks fresh as a daisy, so yeah. When it comes to the live bait getting smashed, maybe we should drop him down. I won't drop him down yet. I might need to move off this spot though if I'm going to do that. Now we'll let him out. Good. How's it going? Any hits? No, it seems quiet, doesn't it? Like on the livey stage. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's something. Oh, good luck. Oh, I'm going past. Nice. Oh, missed that. Oh no. What happened then? Spent the last week in holidays in New Zealand, offshore fishing on a charter, caught a pearl perch, yeah, nice. And one of the best for yeah, no, pearl is a good eating, aren't they? Don't get many of them here, like, well, I don't, because I'm probably need to go a bit further out. No, I should go out in the boat, but so I've got one in Coffs last time I was there, which was nice. That was at Arawara. I love watching Giddo climb down the cliffs. Yeah, I reckon. Oh, mate, I'd give it a crack. It's been a long time since I've done anything like that. Used to be in like army cadets and stuff and like that, and we did like a bit of abseiling and things like that, but that was a long time ago. In fact, you know, at the risk of sounding really old, but I'm kind of over that now. Yeah, I think on my 30-year class reunion was announced the other day. And I was pretty keen to go. I haven't caught up with any of you guys for a long time there, but I realised the US trip might actually overlap on that, so I might miss it in the end. It's a bit of a bummer. Haven't really kept in contact with many guys from my school, to be honest, for whatever reason. Come on. You'd think one of these things would go well. Haircut? What is it with people caring about what my hair looks like? Truth be known, I don't know if anyone remembers my mate Loz. He was a good mate, my chefing mate. He appeared on a few videos. He used to cut my hair. He got quite good at cutting his kids' hair, so I used to get him to cut it. Ever since Loz passed away, a couple of years back now, I've been cutting my hair myself. I've only had one haircut since he's passed away from a real hairdresser, because I took the kids in and I thought, oh, I'll get one. And I wasn't happy with it. So I've been cutting it myself, and you can tell probably, but I don't know. Don't worry about my hair. It's not your hair. I guess you do have to look at it, I guess, but it's not that bad at the moment, is it? I don't know. I thought it was fine. I guess it's grown out a little bit at the back, but it's really hard. I don't mind this, like not a mullet, but like a semi kind of longer hair at the back look. And not only that, but it's a lot harder for me to cut my own hair at the back and get it to grade up nicely. So I just leave it like that. And that is what it is. What it is. Hey bud, shout out from New Zealand. I'm not going to pronounce that name properly. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to bow out. But how you going, man? I got to get back to New Zealand. I'd love to go back. Truman Show. You're on the big TV. Oh, I know. How crazy is it? When I started YouTube, like it was all like on the computer. And then all of a sudden mobile came around, and mobile was everything. Like it's like, oh my God, you got to do your thumbnails for mobile, do everything, all the content's about mobile. Mobile was the thing, and you had to concentrate on developing every bit of content for people watching on your phone and not on a computer. And now I checked the other day on my channel in my last video, and like 70% of you are all watching on TVs now. So smart TVs completely blown mobile and computer out of the water. Like mobile is all the way down there now. Like with like people are still watching on mobile obviously, but TV is just dominating. And you can even see the way YouTube, well, for better or worse, YouTube is. I would say like it won't be long before they're trying to push people into just subscribing if they don't want to watch the ads, because you can see that they keep adding ads more aggressively, is what I'll say. And I can turn them off, but I've kind of got to roll with it as well, because I just click the auto add button. And so some people will get way more than others as well, because they know that you'll watch them, or they know that they've got that particular type of ad that they want to feed out to you. And then you're more receptive to that kind of ad. So certain people get more ads than others. And it's a tricky one, but you can see that because obviously they're trying to compete now. Like YouTube is as good as Netflix, so I think you can see that they're trying to get people to sign up to YouTube Premium. Yeah, well, someone's mentioned, yeah, and get rid of the ads and just treat it like any other subscription service. Which actually, for me, I think is a good idea in a way, because I'd like people to, one, get less ads, and two, I'd like to, for my content, because I make and focus on long form content, that would be great for me. You know what I mean? Because I still get a revenue and they get less ads and my content gets viewed in a nicer way. But for people, the problem is YouTube is also dipping their finger into this shorts content, and I hate shorts content. I've tried it on my channel, didn't do well for me, and I never really liked it, and I kind of did it because I felt like I had to, because everyone was doing it. And then you see, even with subs now, subs sort of mean nothing. Oh, we clicked over 500,000 subs, so thank you, everyone. We made it to the 500,000, which is pretty cool, the other day. But you can see there's channels out there that you go and see their long form videos and they're getting pretty small numbers. But there's guys out there with 1 million subs now, because it's basically all short form content. But then I've seen some horror stories of channels that used to be good long form content things like, and it's, look, if you want to watch short form content, head over to Instagram, head over to TikTok, but YouTube is definitely, it's a big part, it's their fastest part of their business now, fastest growing part of their business, so it's not going anywhere, so I guess I have to come around, but I'm not about to start making it unless I did it on another channel anyway, because I've seen some, like, is that Kelly Young or Kelly something or other over in the US, but I've seen a few other people have this problem where they start uploading shorts. I think even Joe might have even had this problem, Joe Wild, to a lesser extent than Kelly's, but they basically uploaded a short and it did really well, and the short went off and basically got them heaps of subs, and then what happened is all the short subs never watch the long form content. So what the like a YouTube algorithm looks and goes, oh, she's got all these subs, but her own viewing, her own following isn't really interested in watching her content, so it stops feeding out her long form content. And without long form content, you can't make any money. Like, there's no money in shorts apart from getting subs. So it's kind of stupid because you're chasing like a figure, and you're not chasing like anything more than that, really. So it's all for the likes again, isn't it? Like, just like Instagram and everything else, it's like you're simply just chasing a number, and I can't feed my family off that number, you know. So I need to make long form content, and because the only way I make any money is if people watch the ads. So I guess the best case scenario is they put like 2 ads like at the beginning of the film or the beginning of the vid, and people watch those 2 ads, and then we're done with that and you can enjoy the video. But YouTube seems to want to just add them all the way through now, and it's getting pretty full on, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I have to sort of fit in because it's where I make my money. And hopefully you guys just watch like 1 set of ads and then just skip the rest, you know. But then now they make it so you can't skip the first ad. So it's a tricky one for me to deal with. I'm sorry about it, but there's not really much I can do in regards of it. Yeah, and someone like Kelly that now becomes a shorts channel, no one's watching a long form content. If your subscribed audience and your loyal audience doesn't watch your videos, the algorithm these days doesn't feed it out to other audiences. So unless you're getting fed out to new audiences, your channel slowly just is in a stagnant kind of nothing period, and it won't keep growing. So I've seen people have real big problems with shorts. I still get, if someone's subscribed to YouTube Premium, I get a cut of that. They automatically give me a cut of whatever ad, or no, they give me a cut if they watch it. So their ads are gone, and I get a cut if someone watches it that's on subscribe. So in a perfect world, yeah, that works for me better, and it means they don't get the ads, and you can watch it better. But how many subscription services can you sign up to? You know, like, God knows I've cancelled many. And then, you know, and then like the family wants to watch one show on binge, and then you go to Netflix and Disney and all the rest of them, and it's just, you can't subscribe to all of them either. So, but if you're being honest, yeah, like someone just said, chances are I'd probably watch maybe YouTube the most out of all of them. So if there was any that I wanted to subscribe to, it'd be YouTube. But it's always been free, so I despise the idea of having to do it. Anyway, it's a tricky one. Come on, where's this big fish? It's turning into a typical live stream. The fish were hitting hard down the bottom, especially with that mark. You'd think that they would have hit that on the drop. See, it's pretty slow. Looked promising for a sec. What was that? Aussie's shorten everyone's name. Oh, okay, yeah. $200. What? Oh, whoa. There you go. Sorry, mate, I've missed it, and for some reason it won't. Oh, yeah, I'll put it here. 1 second. Oh, how come it won't let me go back to... Oh, there we go. RFH. I hope I don't look stingy. Man, that's a lot of money. Is that I don't know, OZ Mexican dollars, or I don't know what it means. Doesn't look stingy, mate. I don't ever expect anyone to do the super chats. It's definitely. Oh, sorry. I hope I didn't block someone then. Look, I appreciate the support, but don't ever feel like you have to do it. Is that US dollars? If it is, that's a lot of money, man. That's crazy. You don't have to do that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, well, whatever it is, I really appreciate any donations, mate. There's nothing stingy about that. But look, yeah, no, thank you. I guess that's all I can say is thank you. Like, if anyone ever supports it, and same with Patreon and all the membership stuff, if anyone does support it, I thank you very much. I tend not to, a lot of guys like offer a lot more, I guess, in regards to, say, like Patreon, for instance, people are uploading different videos and stuff, but I've always said on the Patreon and all the member stuff, it's like, no, the videos is what I do. It gets complicated if I start trying to do special member stuff. I just want to keep doing it. If you feel like supporting it, that's awesome. If not, don't worry about it. Just watch one ad and skip the rest and let's just enjoy fishing. I'm lucky to do it. I've never, and someone once said, like, don't become an e-beggar, and that comment, like, just it sticks with me because of everything, even when it comes to sponsorship stuff and that, it's always this constant drive to keep pushing for that dollar in it, and it makes you do things that you didn't really think you'd ever do, like talking things up, like talking about YouTube ads and live streams, I don't know, like all this stuff, like it slowly pushes in a direction you never thought you wanted to go, if that makes sense. And it creeps in. You don't realise it's happening. I remember I used to always look at those, like the TV guys, and think, oh my God, how many ads and how many spruiks of a product can we get in here? And then I was like, man, I'm going to go and make my own channel on YouTube. Once I realised that some people were watching, and I did that. And then all of a sudden you realise you're starting to fall into the same trap of, oh, so-and-so wants you to, use this product, and so-and-so wants it. So I've always tried to be very careful, obviously, about picking things that I definitely really would use to avoid that. Because, sponsorship stuff it's actually a good thing. Like, I'm glad Penn, for instance, helped me out because I really did use their stuff, and it is the best reel for me, and it works great. In which case, happy days, you know what I mean? Like, but then, it's so tempting. Someone gets in contact. Oh, what? Maybe you could use my stuff instead. And then all of a sudden, you're just like the fishing guys on TV. And then you see everyone doing good on shorts, and you're like, oh man, maybe I should try shorts content. And next thing you know, you're making shorts, and then, how could I not get on that one? Thank you. God, that's crazy. Everyone's chucking money in. Thank you. Is that I Am Social? Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. And there's another one, Omar. Wow, thanks, guys. That's crazy. Thank you. Ooh. Hopefully my bait's a little under the boat. Blake's boat's gone past underneath me. Hopefully my bait's a little in the column. Fish are not biting though, are they? Let's get off this part of the reef and we'll head up to a completely different part of the reef, and we'll cut a lap over because there's nothing happening here. So does YouTube convert US dollars to euros? I think it just throws up whatever currency wherever you are is what it'll do it in. It'll do it in your local currency, and it even puts up a thing for me about what currency it was. That's why I said pounds before when the guy put pounds up. And those last ones were US, I'm pretty sure. So it does sort of say. But the best thing about the super chat is because the chat goes through too fast for me to read it, right? And then I'll flip around and watch Blake cruising past there. Woo! He's doing some jumps. We'll head up to a different part of the reef and see if we can make it out. Is my bait still with me? It feels like he is. Oh yeah, in some form. But yeah, no. Subscribe doesn't cost. No, subscribe doesn't cost anything. And then so that green one, I don't know if you guys are getting these notifications in green as well, but that's me, someone's become a member, or someone's joined as a member of the channel, which is nice. So there's there's a couple of different things going on here. Do you like the foot pedal kayaks? I think Hobies are pretty cool, but and in the right scenario they're good. But for instance, today I would not have wanted to be launching through the surf in a pedal kayak. A lot harder to launch in waves and things like that. And also everything's locked up inside, safe in these ones. And it's just a lot sleeker, kind of more of a paddling machine. This thing almost a bit like a surf ski. So great for handling the ocean. Great for dealing with waves and surfing in and keeping all my gear safe. Whereas the sorry, there you go. Whereas the Hobies, there's a couple of really good things about them. Nice, super stable. Once you're out on the water, super stable. Nice to be able to use your feet to keep yourself in position and have both hands. But it's just the surf launch is a deal breaker. And people try every now and then, but it's just it's pretty tough. Like to get through the surf and you break gear and things just off. Alright, let's see if we can come up over this edge. There's got to be some fish somewhere here. Very quiet today on the fish front, isn't it? But yeah, no, just and loading onto the car. This thing probably weighs about what? I think with the live bait well edition, it's probably around that 25 kilo mark. Whereas a Hobie, you're looking at least 35 kilos plus. And if you got something like one of those big ones that they make, not the Revo, like what is it, the Profish or whatever it is, oh man, you're looking at 50 kilos or something. And there ain't no way I'm loading a 50 kilo kayak on the roof of my car. Not a chance. Like, I might as well just get a boat. Might as well take the boat out. So, yeah. I'd have to have a trailer set up or something, and we're fast running out of space in the garage as it is. It'd be great to have both though. You know, those Revos are pretty cool. I like this. I'd like the idea of having a small plastic kayak that I could get around in for sure. Over 1,000 for a new Mirage drive if you break it off. Yeah, no, it's not cheap, is it, when things break? Whereas these things are kind of made for the job, and made in South Africa, but similar conditions to what we launch in here, launching through beach launches, and they're just fit for purpose. They're great. If you like to paddle as well, like it's hard for me to paddle well with this camera and the sounder here, but when I'm just fishing by myself and I'm don't have the cameras in the way, I can get a proper sort of paddle stroke in and get my paddle sort of more up and direct like that. See, I don't do it on the live streams, especially because it splashes water on the screen, and then that's a bit problematic. But yeah, you can paddle a bit more seriously. The paddle position, like my feet are a little lower in the foot recesses. It's just, yeah, it works well for me because I like to paddle too. The Harlequin fish, yeah, they are cool, aren't they? I've seen them. We don't get them over here. 10% off. I saw that for that authority or something. I saw that like on Instagram. What type of camera do I record with? So I guess the main chest cam, which also gets the sound, is a GoPro Hero 12 with the media mod on. The media mod, I can't use the media mod. If you notice, the kayak videos are sometimes a lot more windy because I can't put media mod on because it's not waterproof and I always get wet through the launch on the kayak, so that's why I don't use that there. But on the boat and on the islands, I've got the media mod on, which is slightly better for the mics. I'm going to go into detail here, so this could be boring for some, but yeah, the media mod with the Hero 12, you can get front and back mics, whereas if you're using the 11 or 10, it doesn't use the back mic. I don't think it doesn't switch around depending on which way you face it. So it's only good for vlogging when you've got the camera facing towards you. But with the Hero 12, it switches from front to back or has both of them going at the same time. So that's actually a big improvement, just in case anyone was wondering. Oh, oh, oh. Let's get this other one going backwards. Here we go. Oh, come on. Don't just go slack. Don't go slack. Oh, here we go. So something's taken it. Okay, I'm just trying to keep some pressure on that and get this other one out of the way because okay. Doesn't seem big all of a sudden. Just very we'll find out. Let's get this other line in just in case he does a loop around me. Oh, you can go right up. Alright. Now, let's concentrate on you. What do we reckon? Whoa. There. Okay. Geez, he's very flighty. It's got to be a tuna of some sort, surely. With this amount of craziness, probably a mac tuna. Whoa! Let's not go in. Let's not go in on live. But nice to get a proper fish or something that can pull a little harder. Oh, now he's right under me again. He's all over the place. Crazy bouncy rod usually means mac tuna though. Where are you going, mate? He's going directly behind me now. Oh. Now he's going forwards. He's going everywhere. I don't like fighting fish on this side as well. It's going to sound silly, but I don't like fighting fish going on this side because I can't get the reel. I can't reel as well. Come on, but I can't switch sides now because he's not going. He's going straight down, so I can't get around the front of the kayak. So we're just going to wait till we're just at the whim of wherever he decides to go now. Ooh. What's it going to be, huh? A little tippy actually. Maybe I need to... It's going to be a tuna of some sort. Definite hopefully a long tail. I got some colour under there. I just saw a flash there of colour. So we're getting closer. Probably a mac tuna the way it's so gone so crazy. This guy is all over the shop. Please be a long tail. That'd be the best thing ever. Oh, it's just hard fish on that side. This proper circle work is making me think long tail. The craziness and the erraticness of it just definitely mac tuna-y. Maybe we've got him foul hooked or something because he's all over the place. Oh, very tippy. Alright, we got some good gains there. Let's try and get him in. I think it's a long tail maybe. Oh. Long tail would be very nice. As soon as his head pops up, he'll calm down. Come on. There we go. Oh. get the gaff out. Sounder's in the water now. Sounder in there as well. Oh, almost lost my cork. Come on. Cutting circles everywhere, but okay. Gaff is in. I'll get the bail arm open. Okay, a lot of blood coming out now, so I might just let him bleed out for a sec. But so beautiful tuna though. Oh, okay, and we're covered. Maybe we'll just get him in, eh? Okay, that gaff turned a funny way then. I don't know how I'm going to get that out because it's turned right into his head. But that is a great fish. Not a bad tuna there. Beautiful long tail. That's what we want. I'll keep him here and try and get that jig out. But he is bled out very quickly then, so I think he's pretty much done. Done and dusted in many ways. Normally I'd just switch him around here. Maybe we should just do that. Oh, it's still got some kicks. We have a lot of stuff getting tangled up here. Maybe we'll just cut this one off and start again. Because that rig is very bent anyway. Alright, we're a bit covered in tuna blood, but we did it! We caught the fish on live stream! Alright. No, nice, that's nice, that's really nice, I'm happy with that. Sorry about that there, it's just concentrating and all of that. But yeah, no, very nice, that's a good one. Oh man, it's tangled in every wire and every... Because I've got like wires for the camera and a little tether for the camera, there's stuff going everywhere here now. Basically made a spaghetti. We'll have to clean up a bit because we had a lot of blood everywhere. Look, but that's a success, we did it. Yeah, live streams can be pretty dull when there's a lot of talking, a lot of shop talk and not a lot of results, but that was good, we got it done. So yeah, curse is being lifted for today. It doesn't mean it's a permanent lift, but that's good. Yeah, let's press that button on. Okay. Let me see. Just got to detangle a little. Is that on? I'll even try and turn this. There's got a little back battery backpack in here that I can turn on. Jeez. Okay. Definitely press that. Okay. Let's just chuck that one in there. Is the sounder still on? It is. Wow, what do you know? So the sounder's managed to stay on. But we got a tuna in the hatch, which is pretty cool. Let's exit there. Get that back on. Do we keep fishing or do we pack it up? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Usually I just stretch this out for, oh, did we just zoom in there? Usually we just stretch this out for like 4 hours and then we apologise. Like, but look, getting up all the time. Calm down. He's getting that tuna shakes, but not a bad fish. Not bad at all. One last dip. Get all the blood off. Probably should get the legs in. But yeah, that's not a bad tuna. It's not a monster, but you know, some really good meals in there, that's for sure. So delicious raw. Then we move on to a bit of cooked tuna as well. Like, oh man, nah, family and friends are going to be happy with that. So if you're wondering, if you can have a look at the back there, I seal the plugs up with Sikaflex. So hopefully we won't have any problems in regards of the sounder honking out. But if you don't seal the plugs in these things, especially in the kayak, you won't have a sounder for long. That's for sure. But as you can see, like my sounder went in the water then. And I'm pretty confident it's going to keep going. Alright, just got less blood off me. Oh. So we've got a lot of blood going everywhere. Clean up a little bit. But yeah, we did it. And I'll get back to this live stream stuff in a sec. I just want to get this all sorted. So do I put another bait out? I don't know. Or do we there was nothing pretty about that fight though, was there? It was a bit all over the place. It's a bit all over the place. Okay. But we're back in the game now. That's good. I was really like bummed about not being able to get any videos up, but that has just changed everything. An actual fish on live stream. That's awesome. So yeah, cut another lap, you reckon? We'll put a bait out. We'll at least head back in. We've been pushed out a fair bit, so we'll at least have to head back in over the reef. So we'll put another one on. We'll see what happens. I might try and on the screen now. This could be a problem. Let's see if this works for me. Alright, that looks a lot better for me. Anyway, I can actually see the comments and stuff. Live bait that tuna. Yeah, imagine the size. Big blue mullet. Oh, here we go. We'll zoom back out a little bit more as well. Alright, but we did it. That's really cool. And thanks for sticking at it, guys. I know it takes a lot of live streams to actually get a good one, so it's always nice when you actually get one done properly. Hi bro, saw you on TV. Oh, that ad. Yeah, no, they suggested they wanted to do an ad this year, and I was a bit reluctant and worried about how it was going to go, but we did it. We did the ad for Ken, and it went up, and yeah, I've had people say that it's that's pretty funny. Never would have thought that kayak fishing videos would end up like that. It's funny. To be honest, like at the end of the day, I value. Oh, look, it's all good. Whatever. It's all a mix of whatever now. But I value my YouTube audience the most out of all of them. So that's where my focus goes. But pretty funny to have a TV commercial. I think there's a billboard out there somewhere as well. I don't know if that actually got action, but there was talk of a billboard. Oh, I've got a lot of line out here. Hang on. Oh no, just that's all right. So we've shortened our leader a little bit, but that's all right. Thanks everyone for sticking at it. What have we got? 6:35. Oh, we jumped back up there because we've been interested. More comments and just a bit more interest. People stick around a little longer. Cheers, subscribe then, what's going on there? But it's high on another bait. See if we can get one of the big yakka. Imagine if we got a Spanish now. Or wahoo. It's actually wahoo time in these areas. Not as wahoo-y. If it was was back at Palmy or out at 9 Mile or something, it'd be a bit more confident for a who, but anything could happen. They did come in. But yeah, how good's that? Hey Rod, somebody missed it. Totally missed it. Marjorie from a few weeks ago. No, I'm pregnant with your baby. Yeah, well, that's a spam one, obviously. I can't believe I went to the trouble of reading that one, mate. You got me. Yes, I think it's going to be something serious. Do I go to Yeppoon much? Sort of, yeah. Like a lot of my early island videos are all up in the Yeppoon area, but these days, you know, go all kinds of different places. But missed the start. I'm but yeah, no, Yeppoon's lovely. I love heading out to the islands out there. But anywhere from, I don't know, you just get Google Maps, but anywhere from about Gladstone upwards, all the way up to the top is all in the sites, and just Google Maps, try and find a little island. Usually the smaller the better. Sometimes we go a bit further out, like that last one, where we go pretty much straight out to the further parts of the reef. And there's a big one. But yeah, definitely gone off your board. They've got some good weather up there at the moment, so might be a trip going up sooner than I think. That is the smallest we possibly got out of there. In fact, we're going to let him go. It can get tricky to catch him out of here. I know I say this every time, but I need to get this guy is not big either, but I'll try and get one of the big ones. Slightly bigger. I'll be mine and try him back in. You have some luck again. Preferably in Spanish. But nothing wrong with long tail. And we've been pushed off our mark quite a lot. We're you know, like maybe another, maybe about 500 metres off the reef. Wind noise is bad now. Yeah, sorry. It's just the angle, I guess I'm on. Hopefully it'll disappear once I change angles again. Yeah, right. I'll see if I can do something about it in a second. Where's the blue boat? It said home in the garage. Okay. So we'll get in, we'll trail this guy back over and we'll see if we can get is it good now, is it? Yeah. See, it's just coming from the, see a lot of people saying I need to get like a wind buff. I don't have, it's on them like literally, maybe if I do that, maybe, I guess I could try and get some little things that go over the mics. I think the problem is the top microphone as well. I wonder if the top microphone is getting, maybe there was a drop of water on the bottom mic or something, maybe that was freaking it out as well. Because you could get these little stick-on wind buffs that I've got for the 360 camera, and you probably could stick them on the camera here, but it means I'd have to stick something on the front of the screen, maybe for that top mic, if that's the one that actually is catching up with the wind noise. Wouldn't it be good to get like a Spanish or a spotty, a mackerel as well? That would be a treat. Back to the reef. What resources do I use? I usually bounce between willy weather and sea breeze. I'll use sea breeze to get an overall picture of what's happening in the whole area or that part of the coast, and then I'll scroll down and look at all the live wind reports. You can feel actually that wind is picking up again. I'll usually get a good idea of what's happening overall in that area. Then I'll go to the live wind reports, which are usually down under sea breeze, and then I'll just hone in on certain areas on willy weather and see what their prediction is. I might look at the synoptic chart on sea breeze as well, and then after that it's just cell phone, not Starlink. And then what I'll do is I've usually got up and down the coast, you sort of figure out which wind stations, tuna slime, which wind stations are not exposed or are exposed to all directions of wind. That's the key, because if you go just to like, if you go to Yeppoon, for instance, as wind report, look, if it's blowing from anything except like directly east, it always looks good. It's low wind, and you'd get up there and you'd be very disappointed because it's bloody blowing a gale. So if you go and check someone like Rundle Island, because that's weather station, that's the weather station island that you've seen me camp on. If you check that one, you know that weather station is unobstructed from any direction. So that'll give you obviously a much better picture of what the wind's going to be like. So what you've got to do is find those weather stations that are unobstructed by like a mountain or the position that they're in, and then go off those. And then there's usually a decent amount of them dotted up and down the coast that I use, and basically that'll give me a picture of what's really happening out on the reef and out on the ocean. And then it just comes down to rain, and that's usually the prediction for rain is usually fairly good on, like, say, willy weather and sea breeze. But it all comes down to wind, though. Wind is everything when it comes to safety and being on the ocean and getting caught out. So yeah, I know I think it's really nice up there at the moment. I'm thinking of driving up very soon. Nice big sort of area of nice weather up there. Should do a cookbook. Yeah. Things like that. We thought about that a lot, or even just even a Substack or something that sort of allows people to go through all the recipes that I've done over the years and things like that. It would be cool. Probably should do it. Yeah. 15 or 20 horsepower. 15 is probably enough, but I had an 18 on my 4-meter true kit, and I loved that. The real catch is, I think, look, it's always just weighing up the portability aspect. If you get a true kit because of it's portable and easier to deal with in regards of maybe not needing a trailer or just having a light setup and using a light trailer, as soon as you start getting into a 20 horsepower, even a 2-stroke 20 is a lot heavier than a 15 or an 18. So it's just, you've got to weigh up how you're using it. If you've always got it on a trailer, or you've got a setup that can handle a 20, then go 20, go max. But 15 would probably be enough, and an 18 was perfect. I love that 18 Tahatsu that I had on it. But if it was any heavier, it would have been a problem, because I think at times I was still packing it up and putting it in the car and things, and that's different. Do a cook, missed it. Do a cook up for YouTube to Aussies, so he eats something good. What? For YouTuber to Aussies. I'm not sure. Not sure what that was. Yeah. Hello from South Georgia. I'm taking the green out tomorrow. Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. Ever fish off Yamba? No, but I've holidayed at Yamba. Oh, I have gone to Woody Head, which was, I guess we were staying at Iluka. But I've been like down in the area, and I've definitely holidayed and camped at Yamba, but I've never gone out through the bar and fished there on a boat. May have done a little mucking around in close, like off the break walls and things like that. But I've definitely paddled off woody head and got a long tail. There's a video there somewhere. There's a muck that you could drop on here. But I think we'll keep heading in. We're getting back to the edge of the reef now. How good is it getting a fish? I'm so glad I got that long tail. Any anchor suggestions? For spearing, oh look, if I was spearing and like, look, I got one of those like little Cooper's anchors, which is great for just mucking around in shallow water or on the islands. But if I was spearing, I'd just get like any crappy metal anchor, basically any plow anchor or something. What do they call them? Like I like those Delta anchors and that, but they're a bit more expensive. But if you just get like your regular, what are they called? Like a Danforth or a Danforth, just like your regular kind of sand anchor from BCF or whatever, or Anaconda or wherever you want to get it. Just get one of them and get it just because they're super light boats, so that doesn't take much to stop them from drifting away. But you need something like that because unfortunately the Cooper anchors and things like that, without the weight or a decent amount of chain, they tend to pull unless you can. Yeah, you need just nice sandy bottoms and not too deep. Whereas with the other metal anchor, you'll just throw it in, you'll be right. You know, like especially if you're somewhere like Sydney or something where there's lots of rocks and things that you're more than happy to just throw the anchor on the rocks, but the Cooper anchor just won't grab. Whereas any of the other anchors, they're just going to, even just the weight alone will be enough to grab it when the boat's that light. Most of the time, don't quote me on that one because you never know what the weather does. Set your anchor properly still, but you'll be right. You'll be right 90% of the time. Oh, there's no answer to that favourite fish to eat one. There's too many nice fish and too many nice dishes. Like, you know, you could make that tuna into 20 of the most amazing dishes and they'd all be so different. And I'd have a hard time picking one that I thought was the best. And sometimes I feel just like a nice piece of cooked fish. Other times I want it raw, other times, yeah. So like, I can't play favourites on that one. That's too hard. Too hard a question. Okay. Let's see if it goes off. Hey Rod, biggest fish you've ever caught? I don't know. I've caught some big wahoo in the 160 area, like pretty decent ones. And I don't know. Do you count marlin? What do you count when it comes to a marlin? Do you count the beak or not? I don't know. Had some nice coves. I'd like to get, tell you what I'd like to get, and I don't know if you guys know about that Vanuatu trip. There's a competition, right, where you can win a trip and go and fish in Vanuatu, but I get to come with you. So that's cool for me. And unfortunately it's Australia, New Zealand only, but yeah, like that's running at the moment. I think you've got till the 30th of April actually to get the competition to join in. But in Vanuatu, I'd love to catch a nice big yellowfin with those big sickles. Like I'd really like a big tuna. That would be pretty cool, I think. That'd be like a goal. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny, the videos have changed so much. Like in the very beginning, it was all about trying to catch the biggest fish off the kayak. But over time, I'm a lot less interested in catching the biggest fish. I'm more than happy, like even when the fish are on, like very rarely bag out as such. Maybe the videos do have something to do with that. Originally, I was always out here to catch fish to feed my family before YouTube ever existed. And I enjoy being on the water, obviously, and I enjoy water activities. So I'd be doing that. And then all of a sudden, yeah, the videos came along, and I guess I did have an interest in trying to, catching a lot of fish and big ones to prove that I could do it and all of that, and prove that I was all right to other people and my peers. But now it's changed altogether, because even while on the islands and stuff, I can't catch a big fish, because if I catch a fish too big on the wrong boat, I can't keep it cold and it'll spoil. So a lot of the time I'm actually after a small fish. So it's changed a lot. These days I'm more than happy to catch just a nice fish to eat and be less interested in catching the most or the biggest one. Because eventually what happens is you watch a lot of other guys and they do catch some amazing fish, but there's no bigger fish to catch either. You know what I mean? Like, so eventually you run out of things in that respect and you turn to other ways, you know, like other things. Oh, Micah, hey man, how you going? Long time. Oh, and thank you, man. That's ridiculously generous. Thank you for tuning in as always, mate. Do I have a favourite spear gun? Not a favourite. Like I'm not the most experienced with a whole bunch of different guns either. Obviously, I have some nice ocean ammo guns, which have been great. But I'm also just I've managed to get fish on a lot of different things that I've used, and they're not always the most expensive. Like I don't have any of those really super expensive guns, and I've still managed to get a couple of nice fish. So, but I'm far from a geez. That's swell, just came over that, I think that broke just on that part of the reef. Let's turn to the left a little bit. But yeah, no, look, I'm far from an expert spearo, but I have my moments for sure. Do I ever get scared? You know, there's been 2 incidents. I've talked about one incident where I would admit I was scared, but I didn't have time to worry about it. Like being scared wasn't going to solve the problem. And that was that trip on the little red boat all the way up at the first film festival attempt. And I've done a series of videos on it, and I talk at length about it. I think it was my biggest adventure I never told you about or something. I think it was the series. Watch that series. That's probably one of the better series I've ever done. And I go up in the blue boat and I retrace some of the steps I did in the red boat. I think it's a 5-part series. And I go into depth about, that's some serious swell coming in. About what happened. But that was one incident where you're sort of in a position where you're sort of chanting to yourself, don't lose your nerve, right? But yeah, once again, it was not a problem that was going to go away by itself. So you had to just stick at it and follow, stay the course, basically, until you got yourself out of trouble. And then one incident actually not long ago, and I'll admit I was probably scarier than I've been maybe ever. And it was, I got caught out actually in this exact spot in a lightning storm. I kind of made the call. I was like, man, the weather is not looking that great, but it looks like the storm is going to pass. Not so different today in a way, but today there was no lightning storms today. And yet last night they all sort of tapered down. But this day there was a lightning storm, but it was so far away and you could see it coming. And I was like, oh, I'll be right. It should be fine. And then you could see the lightning like off in the distance from a long way away, and you couldn't even hear it, but you could just see it. So I was like, well, if the squall did change and come towards me, I'd see it, I'll paddle in, problem solved. But it was not solved, because what happened, the next squall came over and there was no lightning in it, and it hit the coast, and I swear to God, it rained lightning down left, right and center. I was packing shit, basically. It was not fun to be out here. It was cracking, like huge lightning strikes cracking down on either side of me. And I felt, and I put all my rods in, I was like, oh my God. And because I was in the kayak, there's nothing I could do except keep paddling in. But because it's so slow in the kayak, I felt so exposed, and there was so much lightning, and it was so loud, because it was literally, it was striking so close. It was instant flash and instant crack. And it was, I'll admit, I'm not being a hero. I was scared, man. I was like, man, what have I done? This is a stupid time to be out, all for a fish. It was not ideal. And I'll admit, I was scared, mate. Cameras went off. I just went in. No film. Unfortunately, the cameras went off. That's breaking there. I might start heading in. But yeah. But yeah, what do you do? I did make the decision that day to maybe not risk going out when it's lightning. that's why I felt so crappy on that last island trip, because it was that, I don't know, something about the lightning. It's just, yeah. It seems like when you're on the ocean, you're kind of the highest point. You're the highest point around, and it's like, and you've got these rods sticking up. It's like, man, this is a bad idea. How far out do I normal paddle for a tuna? Like on this spot, well, I just got one, and this is only about 1.5 to 2 k's out. So this is pretty close. But yeah, no, look, you know, you could go out further. If you go out to one of those big yellowfin, those big barrels, then you probably have to go a bit further. You know, you could go out to maybe the 80 to 100 metre mark, or you could go out to the shelf. But the swell is picking up. It's breaking even out on this bit of the reef now. I don't know if you can see that in front of me, but there you can see it breaking in front of me, just to the side to the right, and that's out at the proper reef. So I might actually pack it in and get in, because it looks like the swell's picking up quite a lot pretty quickly. Flip you back. When is your son getting a kayak? Well, I've got 2 sons. Dash is probably big enough to come out with me now, or he definitely is. We just have to get him excited. He likes to surf, but he's not as keen on the fishing. Whereas Fox is red hot on the fishing, but he's probably a bit too small to come out in the kayak. So yeah, no, look, soon we'd start to consider it. But yeah, that would be cool to have them come out with me. What we might do is we'll start packing up. But yeah, no, it just looks like I can see, yeah, you're safety first. Yeah, there is definitely something going on. It definitely seems a little rougher all of a sudden. And I can see Blake in the boat's gone. He's probably coming in, because if that tide starts ripping out in Tweed Bar, he'll get caught out as well, if that's where he's come from. So yeah. Can you flip the boat? I can flip this kayak, that's not a problem, and just jump back on. We can do that easy enough, but I'm not going to do it now with all my stuff set up. We've definitely done it before. We don't want to flip boats though, that's not ideal. Let me turn that down, I've got to hold that. There we go. But yeah, no, good live stream. Look, hopefully the chat wasn't too boring, but good, great to get a fish. That's really cool. And then look, we've still got this bait out, but I think we'll wrap that up. But do reels get rusty? No, well, that's why I like these. Like, that's an authority, but these and the slammers, because I'll literally, like, I don't know if any of you guys are confident to do this with your reel and just dunk it. Like, that happens all the time with my reels, and I don't care. And all I do is hose them off. So that's why I use these reels. That's why I'm sort of, yeah, that's why I'm with Penn, because they have the slammer. They brought out the slammer, and it is just the perfect reel for what I do. And then honestly, I've got reels that are better dunking like that. I don't service them. You see a lot of guys get them serviced regularly. As soon as they cop a dunking, they'll be servicing them straight away. I don't do any of that. I literally just rinse them off, give them a good hosing, and yeah, it's as simple as that. Same with this, like this thing, that's a Slammer 4, and that, oh my god, there's some serious swell getting around. Yeah, this thing goes in the water maybe 10 times a trip, like, because I'll get the bait off and I'll have it at the back, it'll be in the water like that, just keep floating around, and then it just keeps going, mate. No service. Yeah. Uh-oh. This bait jig's getting caught up. But yeah, good fishing trip. Sorry, I'm just packing up. I don't know if you guys, should we just shut it down or should we keep chatting? But yeah, I use Van Still. Yeah, well, that's sort of the original, one of the original seed reels, huh? But Van Still don't come cheap, you see. That's why I was never really in the game for one of them, because it's Alright. So this little guy, I'm so sorry mate to drag you around, but he's very lively. I think he would just go straight back in. See you mate. Tough life for a little bait fish, isn't it? Say that often. Alright. Not cheap, yeah, advanced tools. Never been to cheap reel. Cool looking though. And you see like some of those ones where they get a... Gotta get the handle in the right position here. There we go. Yeah, you see some of them that get like the personalised engraving and everything on it. They look pretty cool. I'll admit I like the look of them. But I think we'll call it there, guys. I'm going to paddle in, hopefully get a nice ride in. But thank you for joining. It's been a good one. I'm glad we got a fish this time, because sometimes it can be a long journey with no payoff. Anyway, thanks guys, and thanks for all the support, guys. Like, there's an amazing amount of super chats came in today, so that's just next level. Thank you. Bye.